Alright, so today I'm gathered with you guys to discuss the top 10 best Undertale games in my opinion. Which, my opinion is I don't know, it's an opinion, I guess. It's not a good one, but it's an opinion. So I guess it counts. So top 10 best Undertale games in my opinion. Starting off at number 10. Every single Soul Shatter's knockoff, including Soul Shatter's itself. I'm not calling it a knockoff, by the way. I'm just saying, including Soul Shatter's amongst that group. So, this one is a very controversial take because a lot of people like Soul Shatter's, like a lot, and I understand that. But I'm placing this at number 10 because they had the right idea with what they were doing. It's a really good game, it's really high action packed. But the way they executed it is not so good. Like, I've seen multiple hackers in that game, so I don't even know if they have an anti-cheat, to be honest. They have, like, multiple toxic people. Like, the community's just screwed beyond the point of fixing. I can't really think of many ways to fix that game. Like, it's a really good game. It is. I mean, like, if the community was better, if there was, like, a way to prevent teaming aside from the /challenge thing, because, what if you have a group of people that just want to gang up on you for the fun of it? Like, it's fun for them, sure, they're having a great time, but then you, on the other hand, are having an awful time because you're getting jumped by multiple people. So, that's all for that. At number 9, we have Monkey Sands and the Door. This one is also kind of controversial because some people think this game is like 100th place, some people think this is first place. So I'm gonna describe the reasoning. It's a very funny game. Well, not really funny, that's subjective. It depends on if you find it funny or not. It has a lot of memes in it. It's a very joke-ish game, but despite like the bad model quality, the bad sound quality, the actual fighting gameplay and the way that the mechanics work and the events and all the characters and the abilities, it's actually quite a good game if you're able to look past the visual part, because the mechanics and all that is great. It's just that the visuals, it's like if you were able to play that game with your eyes closed, it would be the greatest game ever, probably. But the visuals completely mess it up. And also on top of that, the audio is literally just repeated audio of random things. So that's why it gets 9th place. Rise of Souls. It's an incredibly good game, multiple characters across multiple alternate universes that are like cool, and they have their own gimmicks and they have their own stories behind them. With multiple skins and alternate cutscenes, etc., etc. But the issue with this game is it's incredibly grindy. First of all, the way to actually grind isn't fun at all. You're just fighting the same exact boss over and over again. Yes, there's 3 bosses, but only one of them are actually good for grinding XP. The rest of them are for like gold, etc., and other stuff. But the level of grinding completely ruins this game and takes it down to like 8th place. It's a really good game. It has potential. They just need to make it less grindy, or at least make the grinding more fun. So that's why Rise of Souls takes 8th place in my personal opinion. I don't know, everybody else has their own opinions. It's really up to you what you think about the game. Undertale Last Reset, and every other Monster Mania knockoff. So, I'm only speaking for the decent ones, not like the garbage Stick Mania and Meme Mania, or one of those weird ones. But like for example, Undertale Last Reset, Undertale Monster Mania Reborn. I don't even know if that one's still around anymore. I know I stopped playing that after my old account got hacked. But, so, these games, they have potential usually, or they're just really good. But once you've reached the absolute, the highest point you can possibly reach, there's nothing much for you to do. You're just kind of waiting around, waiting for more updates. And all the bosses are either way too difficult to beat, or they're just way too easy. And usually the startup in these games are pretty slow, but once you get into it, of course there's a bunch of bosses and event bosses, stuff like that. But the startups are pretty slow, which that'd be nice if there was a way to change that, like make the startups as interesting as late game, without making it like too broken, obviously, and try to make it so it's like there's still effort going in, but just not like incredibly easy. Like there was this one game where they just didn't even try. They're just like, oh, here's a 1000 damage stick on the first 50 bosses. Oh yeah, you can one shot, have fun. So that's my issue with Monster Mania games. But the games themselves are fun. It's just that they have a lot of issues with them. Undertale Arena. So, this one has lots of potential. It has great character selection. It has cool event characters. Mostly the event characters are memes usually. But they have some pretty cool event characters in there. They have accessories. They have pretty cool upgrade. They have second phases. I don't know if they really have cutscenes, but they have second phases like Azrael Dreamer. They have ink sands in that game, but he's a Game Pass. They have some really unique things in there. It's a pretty overall good time in that game. The only issue is, like, I'd have to say, it's actually probably along the same thing as the Undertale Rise of Souls. The grinding is very annoying. But they actually have codes, so it makes it a lot better. Undertale Rise of Souls does not have codes, so you're really relying on just grinding. Undertale Arena has codes, so it makes the grinding go by a lot quicker, because you can just enter a code and then boom! Tons of stats. So, that's all I have to say for Undertale Arena. It's a good game, great combat. Some characters certain characters have their special gimmicks that are cool, like for example, some can spare, some can attack, some do other stuff. It's interesting. On to the next game. Undertale Tower Defense. So, this game is your generic this is just your generic tower defense game reskin. If you've played a tower defense game, chances are you probably already know how this game goes. You do a level, you get special units to place down and shoot down other units with. You can upgrade your units as you go, and because you get like gold from killing the evil guys or whatever. And there's harder bosses, there's really cool things you can unlock, and it's overall a really good game. And there's actually something to do when you're actually like done with the game. You can actually help other players, which sure you can do that in Last Reset as well, I suppose, but it's just not the same kick, and also half the bosses there are solo. Undertale Tower Defense, you can help literally anybody, whenever, once you beat the game, so it has lots of replayability, and on top of that, you're helping other people, being a good person. It has some pretty cool units with generic abilities, such as like fly units, ground units, special souls, such as, for example, Undyne the Undying, Azrael Dreamer, Omega Flowey's his own thing, I think. I don't even know what Omega Flowey classifies as. But, yeah. There's also evolution units where you have to get certain units to upgrade them, which is pretty cool. I think the only challenge with this game is that it's really hard once you get up to Genocide Core and True Lab and New Home. Those three ones, once you're done with like most of the Genocide route, you get really stuck on those ones. But if you find the right help, the right team, you can definitely take down the Genocide Core. And the New Home and the True Lab, I have yet to make it past I've yet to make it past 50 spares on True Lab. And on on New Home, I have yet to beat wave 50 in the old version, 11 in the new version, because they updated it. But that's all for Undertale Tower Defense. Undertale Judgment Day. So this game, well, this is in the 4th best game. The previous one was 5th. This one spots in 4th best because it's really entertaining. You can spend multiple hours on this game easily, and they just fly by. There's so many characters to pick from, to the point where it's like a huge room just filled to the brim with characters. Each are unique and they have their own like special attacks and stuff. They're all pretty interesting. Most of them have phases. And they have dialogue, cutscenes, etc. They are all just really cool. Some of them, there's a good amount of events, game passes. All the game passes are evolution characters though, so you have to like actually work your way to get strong. You don't just buy your way into being incredibly strong. The event characters are great. Sometimes the events are a little bit hard, but with enough trying and determination, as they'd say, you can beat it as long as you put your mind to it. The only issues with Judgment Day are the incredibly strong stances that there's just no way of balancing them, which I understand it. You have to work really hard to unlock those stances, but then it's just not fun for anybody once somebody with those stances joins, which I am kind of guilty of because I have quite some strong stances. It's not beginner friendly at all. If you have like 500 wins and you can't join the medium wins lobby anymore, have fun in the lobbies with the 10,000 wins, the Error 404s, the Omnipotents, the King Multiverses. It's very difficult to survive as a new player, and most of the time your best bet's just to sit in the back and hope for the best and hope that your team carries you. And that's all for Undertale Judgment Day. For Undertale Fight. So, this game has a great selection of characters. They are all pretty cool. They're mostly from Undertale though. There's a couple AU characters such as Muppet Tail, Muppet Dust, Muppet Insanity, etc. They have some admin characters such as Error Sans, Ink Sans, King Multiverse. They have a game pass which gives you characters like Swap Sans, Friday Night Funkin' characters, etc. And they have 2 premium characters, which is the premium version of Frisk and the premium version of Undyne. So a pretty good character selection. A lot of the characters have second phases. The gameplay mechanics are pretty cool. The game is somewhat balanced. I say that with a heavy grain of salt, because a lot of the characters can handle each other at certain points. It's really skill-based, until you start getting into the Old Insanities, the Ultra Sanses, and the Hyperdust Elmos. Those guys are they're just very tough to beat. But to be fair, Hyperdust Elmo has been nerfed to oblivion, so anybody can beat him now. So that's all for Fight. Second place, Sanzayu Tycoon. So, a lot of people are going to be mad about this one. But, I've been playing this game, like, since 2 days it came out. And, it's just like, I've been playing this game, I think, since 2019. And I was just there before all the events were there. I was there back when my old account was around. Is this rating biased? Yes, it is, to be honest. Because I have a lot of history with this game. It brings back a lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories. It's It's a Tycoon game, which I used to love those. Now, not so much, because, you know, they're pretty time-consuming, but once you got your Tycoon complete, it's pretty enjoyable. And on top of that, there's a bunch of cool characters and secrets that you can beat other people with. The attacks are really cool, the morphs are really cool. It's just a really good game overall, and it might be a little bit pay to win, but secret characters can usually fix that. On to the final game. Dare I say it? The best Undertale game on Roblox. Undertale Unexplained Anomalies. So, this game has a great selection of characters to choose from. It has a lot of different things you can do in the game. There's some pretty cool events that are within the game. They have great characters overall. It's just the effort put into that game is amazing. They have some of them have animations, which they have really cool animations. The events are actually fair and balanced. I think the fighting in this game is pretty balanced. They have overall pretty decent characters. Each character is usually heavily skill based. There's some that are auto aim, RNG, which those ones kind of suck when you have to go up against them. But aside from all those factors, I think it's personally the best game you can find out of this selection. But that's just my opinion. You'd have to play it for yourself and find out which one you like the most. All of these games are linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Have a great day.